They were singing with me. Like, oh my God, it was just the most incredible experience. You cannot tell me that opera is not for everybody. It's when I didn't get into the colleges and when I didn't get into NOS and places like that, I didn't know why. You know, I couldn't find a place of why, and you know, I had this talent, so why wasn't anybody willing to take a risk with me? Why wasn't anybody willing to nurture? Because I think that's what it's about. This accessibility is around nurture, and I mean whether it's audience or a singer. And having access to something means that you have to have the knowledge of where it comes from, but you also have to be made aware of how you can walk into it, how you can be included in it. And I think when I initially had that reaction with classical music, I suppose opera at the beginning, I did believe it wasn't accessible to me. And it was only in watching myself grow in other ways that I realised that it was accessible to me, and then realising that a lot of people felt that it wasn't accessible to them. And so if I didn't believe that it was accessible to me, who would? How would one be a role model? Because there's no role models really in England for somebody like in my skin at the time. I didn't know any, I couldn't even name one person. I mean, now we have Elizabeth Llewellyn, we've got Ronald Sam, we've got Sarah Jane Lewis, and we've got Gwenan Rand, Peter Brathwaite, Ross Van Growing, we've got all these, myself, we've got all these people that are coming up, but I found it was really important that if I didn't believe that it was accessible to me, then I couldn't be a role model and I couldn't walk in the journey that I needed to walk into. And so my thing at the moment is all about making sure that we advertise opera in different places. So like Radio 1 Extra, the local newspaper, like we show that it's for everybody. I really do believe that I do a concert every year in December at St Paul's in Covent Garden, and most of the people that come are people that have never seen opera before. And the way that they're touched, and every colour is in the audience, every age group from a baby till someone in their 80s is in that audience. And they're coming to hear it, and the way that they're affected, there are people crying at this wonderful gift. And I think there's just been a language that has made people believe that it's not for them. And I think the only way that we can make it more accessible is to make it more cultural, more reflective of what's in the world today. So people see people like them on stage. And also, I know the opera houses at the moment, like Elaine Kidd is just started at the Royal Opera House, and she's doing her utmost to make sure that we have more of a multicultural streamline of people. And I know that National Opera Studio, along with the ENO and everybody, are doing this diverse voices that are going to be bringing, other artists that wouldn't normally get access. And that doesn't mean that they're necessarily black or white or Indian, but just that they haven't had that access that they need to be able to nurture their talent. And I think that's really, 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 really important. And I do think that there's got to be a lot more work done around the mindset of the culture and bringing opera more to the people than keeping it enclosed. Like, bring it to the people, even if we just do, I'm tempted, even though I'm not going to do it this year, I'm putting on Tosca in January at St Paul's, and not St Paul's, in St James's in Piccadilly. But I think the next opera I do after that, I'm going to do it without orchestra, I'm just going to do it with piano. We can take it anywhere then. We can take a whole opera anywhere, because people just don't know that that opera can be heard like that. And I just think it is about thinking outside the box and not perpetuating that it's not for others, because it is, it's for everybody. Music, where this music comes from, well, pop songs, they're Italian pop songs. I sang Traviata in Sicily 2 years ago, and the audience was singing my lines with me the whole time of my role. They were singing my role with me, like, it's just like, oh my God, it was just the most incredible experience. Like, you cannot tell me that opera is not for everybody. It's for everybody. It touches our hearts. It's just, this music is incredible.